Welcome to greencardguys.tv. You need to know this. Do not give up on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. All right. Hope y'all doing well. Welcome to Green Card Guys community. All right. Welcome to Green Card Guys community. Looks like, all right, over here today is, I have a little bit of new setup. So today is Tuesday, May 20th at 1:38 Central Time. I'll be here for 20 minutes. I just want to jump in here for 20 minutes, see if I can share some insights. And if you want to join the live show, sometimes that's easier to be able to answer your questions. You can do that on TikTok. You can do that down below, right about there. It's like two little people icon. And then if you're on Facebook and YouTube, you got to email us, and you should be able to get like an automatic reply with the link. Okay. So, all right. Looks like that's set up right there. Okay. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. This is for free. There's no cost to this. Okay. Some things like to share is like processing times, for example. Sorry, the resolution's a little bit too sharp, it looks like. But for example, got my nifty little hand here. So yeah, I borrowed it from my kiddo. So over here is 17 months if filed by a U.S. citizen, parent, child, yes, or spouse. You're filing for a child under 21 and you're a U.S. citizen. So this is called immediate relative. Right here, it shows 17 months. All right, 17 months. That is not, that's not for everyone. But for us, we have not seen a case petition actually take 17 months. Usually for our petitions with immediate relative, it'll be about 12 months. Okay. Now, if it's a petition with the adjustment of status, that generally is about the past 6 months, or we've been getting, we just filed one in, for example, mid-April. So it's wonderful news. Filed it mid-April, and then in the next month, the client got an EAD, and then just yesterday got the interview notice that was scheduled for mid-June. So what is that? If my math is correct, that's about 2 months. That was less than 60 days. Okay, less than 60 days to get that interview. Now, I know some of y'all will be frustrated, said, bro, why is it so fast for some cases, not for others? I don't know. I can't tell you. But I can say that with our team, we really try our best to find ways to be creative in the sense that open-minded to help provide other evidence of marriage that you might not normally have that's on our checklist. And that's okay. That's why you have the support of our team at Green Card Guys. And the thing is, like, we really try our best to prevent a request for evidence because, of course, although we are proactive to help you when a request for evidence does pop up, we really try our best to prevent it, because when there's a request for evidence, that's going to add some more time to the process. All right. So if you have any questions, welcome to click the little people icon right there. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, you know what to do. Email down the link right there. So again, I'll be here for another 15 minutes, and I see some questions coming in. So coming in hot. All right. So let's see. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is John Ting. I practice immigration law in the United States, helping you to secure your legal status to live and work in America legally, because the government doesn't care. All right. So absolutely, Kay. Thanks for your comment. Thank you so much. I'm here to share insights. If you are new to the channel, put the number 1 in the chat box. I always find it interesting how far or how many people are able to join, or this social media algorithm trying to figure it out. Nepali AI ideas. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. How long I-130 for parents of U.S. citizens is looking now? Well, are your parents here in America or are they abroad? Okay, so whoever you're sponsoring, whoever the beneficiary is, this if it's beneficiary, this is more applies if the beneficiary is outside the United States. Okay, because when there is a adjustment of status application because a person's eligible for it, then it's not this. Like it's not going to be 17 months. Like I said, we filed this past 30, 60 days. We've been getting like about at least 2 interviews per week. It's been hella busy for me. So that's why I don't have as much time as I usually do to have these live shows. Whenever I get a chance, I always try to hop in. So on that note, if you've been here, if you've been here for at least 60 seconds, and if I've been able to share some value, answer some questions, go ahead and click the plus sign on TikTok or your respective channel to follow, and then click the bell for the future notification. Okay. And then let's take this a little step further. If you have a pending case, like I would think most of y'all that are watching and listening, thank you so much. First of all, thank you for spending some time with me. Really to benefit y'all, right? At the end of the day. But if you're watching and you filed the case and it's pending, it's processing, put the letter P in the comments, okay? We'll have to see how many people actually have filed an application. And put a goose egg. Put the number 0. If you have not filed your case, and I'm assuming you want to file eventually, put the number 0, or I guess O. STHA, your I-130 has not been approved. It's been almost 2 years. Do I know why? Well, it depends. Who's your sponsor? Who is the sponsor? Is it F2A, permanent resident spouse? Then they're not going to tell you. It says see notes, and they changed it September 2024. That's the thing. Y'all want, if you're going to hire an attorney, you might as well hire someone that knows all this inner workings. Okay. Now, look, I have not worked for USCIS ever before. I'm not trying to like misrepresent that. But the thing is, y'all need an attorney that understands the historical data. And here's the reason why they don't have a number here anymore. It used to be 24 months for F2A, but now they don't want to tell you the decision of the petition until your priority date shows up on the visa bulletin. That is a problem. That's a huge problem, especially people who are the beneficiary in America, who is residing in America, because they need a waiver, most likely. So, absolutely, Maria Guzman, happy to share. There's just so much to know, y'all, and you might not have a question today. Maybe you just want to hang out, listen a little bit, make sure I'm talking the right stuff in a sense, verify me. Which, by the way, Google search green card guys. But when you are ready to ask questions, feel free to ask, okay? Yendi, interview tomorrow. Okay, I wish you all the best. Where's yours at located? Okay, tumbleweeds are real. You got a goose egg, 0. We gotta walk through this. Almost every day I'm recording a video for y'all to help you walk through the mindset challenge, because we've talked to several people and they tell us that they've been married together to a U.S. citizen, right? And for 5 years plus. And we're just sitting here like, what's going on? Like, what's holding you up? Sometimes family, sometimes work. I get it. But we got to take the next step. Okay. So let me see. If you do, by the way, if you do want to speak to one of our attorneys, Yendi, you're in Irving. That's right. Did you talk to Asma? Did you talk to Asma, Yendi? See, I have decent memory. If you do want to talk to one of our attorneys, it is 3 digits. Okay. But if you just want to know, make sure that we can even accept your case, then you can just talk to one of our client care specialists. Easy peasy. Okay. We really make it. If you schedule during live show, it's only this amount. Okay. Okay. Good deal, Yendi. Glad to hear. I'm always happy to share it. And a bunch of us attorneys, we share information with each other, so we love to update more procedurally so we can make sure we get the job done for y'all. Someone said that, and I apologize. I'm trying my best to go in order here. Tommy K stuck in 221G for 4 weeks. Unfortunately, sad to say, but that is normal for that amount of time. Now, if it gets to 6 months, you're not gonna like this, but if your case is stuck for 6 months, 221G, meaning a person's abroad waiting for the visa issuance after you already had the interview. If it's 6 months, then we definitely need to talk. But if you're still concerned in the meantime, you can go to my LINK. And I don't know why the resolutions look so sharp on this computer right there, this laptop. Then you can schedule a meeting, okay? Yeah, like that right there. So or I mean, what I mean, download a free guide, complimentary guide. It's somewhere here. Okay. Gustas Puzzi, how long does it take for 601 waiver to approve? It's already been 11 months. Don't worry, I got you. Somewhere right here. Oh, you're not gonna like this, Gustas. Anyone with a 601. Now, please keep in mind, these could be a little bit different than what it shows currently on USCIS. My team updates this once a month because we just don't have that much time. Okay. So 601 is 33.5 months, which by the way, if it does update, it's usually like by like 0.5 or something. So 33.5 months for 601 form. And the 601A is a little bit different, a little bit longer at 36 months. Okay. What's up, Tina? Good to see you. All right. So, by the way, if you found some value in the 60 seconds you've been here, at least, if you don't mind, just tap the screen. If you're on TikTok, for those on YouTube and Facebook, you don't need to tap. You just need to click it once. I think the thumbs up. I think that's what it is. So, someone asked a question about Cynthia. You submit evidence they asked for, and now it's being viewed. How long can it take for a response? So after request for evidence, is that what you're saying? If it's a request for evidence, going to be a notice in the mail for interview. Okay, for an interview to be scheduled. Cynthia, if you're just talking about like initial evidence in general, then I don't. It's hard to say. It's hard to say honestly because we've had many of our cases recently. Let's say we filed it like December. It got scheduled with. It just seems to be the last. It's now May, right? The last 5 to 6 months, a lot of our clients have been scheduled for interview from the time that we filed it. So the receipt date until the interview has been about 5 months or less. And just yesterday, we got an interview notice that's scheduled for mid-June, and we filed that one in mid-April. I think that's really good news. Someone asked us the other day, like, is it a bad thing if it gets scheduled too quickly? No, no, no. It is good. Now, if your interview takes longer than you like get scheduled, that's not a bad thing either. It's just the way it works in terms of USCIS. There's no rhyme or reason, unfortunately. Now, with our law firm here at Green Card Guys, we take the process very seriously. Internally, we have certain steps we call standard operating procedures. In most companies, I would hope have that. So let's see. All right, someone said something about had an interview in December, I think I saw, but still no update, it appears. Somewhere. So if that's the case, it really now that's been 5 months since the interview, then you might want to consider a mandamus lawsuit, which if you couldn't tell by now, we do love suing the government. Golnaz on TikTok, you married to U.S. citizen for the last 4 years, and you got 10 years green card, but husband is not. I don't see what your second comment is. Is not citizen, is what you mean? Oh, okay. You are married to you, isn't it? I don't know what this says, but husband is not something. So in general, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, that's the person that sponsored you. You can file as soon as 2 years and 9 months. Okay, I know the general rule is 3 years and 5 years, depending on the situation, how you got status, depending on how you got residency. But when you're married to a U.S. citizen, the earliest you can actually file is 2 years and 9 months. Okay. Um. Oh, he left. He left already. Like you separated. If you're separated, then technically you gotta wait the 4 years and 9 months. What's up, Chavo? He left last year. Where'd he go? He said deuces. Well, if that's the case, good riddance. Well, you know what? I should get one of these that says it's the middle finger. Should I do that for people like him? Let's slap him in the face if we can virtually. He doesn't even deserve our time. Okay, let's go. Next question. Okay, there was a court case. Supreme Court just came out yesterday, I believe, unfortunately, that they have officially ended TPS for Venezuelans. Okay. So the fact that they've been able to end TPS for Venezuelans, it could come down the pipeline that it will be a ripple effect for other countries, other nationals of other countries who also have TPS. So be ready, y'all. Don't wait till last second. You don't get in the mode of like, oh, there's always a lawsuit for each situation. You need to talk to a lawyer as soon as possible to see if there's another option for you in the meantime. Okay. Now, look, especially even if you're not married to a U.S. citizen, okay, because everyone knows you can get status through marriage to a U.S. citizen. But if you're not married to a U.S. citizen, you definitely need to talk to an immigration attorney. Of course, we're just one of many. Okay, you don't have to talk to us, but you can come hang out if you want to. Okay, but no, seriously, check out our Google reviews. Okay, now just we are very grateful that a lot of y'all have provided us wonderful words of appreciation. You're welcome, Gomez. But you know, there's someone that gave us 2 stars a couple days ago, and that person's review used to be at 5 stars. And we always try to take any of these situations as an opportunity. I always try to think positive, as an opportunity to learn what could we have done better. But to be honest, I think in this situation, we could not have done anything different. Um, so I can share a little bit more. I recorded a video. I think it's on TikTok at least yesterday about it. But if there's a service that immigration law firms provide to verify if you're eligible. In most people's situation, especially when there's no crimes, then we're able to more easily verify if you're eligible like that, right? But because that's just based on our experience in our workflows or guidelines, whatnot. But when someone has a crime, and especially more than one, uh, just because we offer a service to investigate to verify if you're eligible, that doesn't mean that same that it's going to be like automatic to be eligible. So I know it's difficult. I know that this is the immigration journey to get legal status is emotional. Um, but look, if you hire another attorney, you contract with us, don't take it out on us, y'all. Like that don't make no sense. So just be mindful of that, okay? Because at least our law firm, along with my colleagues, my friends, we really strive to do the best we can. And in this past situation, I don't think there's anything we could have done different. Like, let's put a number one, okay, in the comments. If you rather be told the truth by an attorney that you're not eligible, would you prefer that? Put the number one or the letter Y for yes. I'm just curious, just to make sure, because we don't want to mislead anyone. Okay. All right. Just had to get off my soapbox on that one. Okay. Shrew Hasha, your wife is a AOS sponsor. Okay. She paid via Zelle to her income and no pay stubs. How can she put A64? What you mean she gets paid via Zelle? All right. But does she work for another company, or is it her own company? So, well, Well, so if she works for another company, she needs that company to at least provide a letter to verify her employment, the sponsor's employment, and also not just like this person has been working here for since whatever month and year, but also the income, like the if she gets paid hourly, how many hours does she normally work? If she gets paid like salary, then what is that salary? You know, like this is what to be honest, like this is what you usually hire an attorney for. But so when you do hire an attorney, then we can obviously be a lot more in depth. But that's like an example. But if anyone has not filed, like I think if you have not filed like tumbleweeds here, um, and there are some concerns about the sponsor's income to prove it, because some of y'all may not have the typical pay stub, then we need to plan ahead. Okay, we cannot wait last second. It's going to be very difficult to wait last second. You don't want to what we call like doctor, like I don't want to say make up things, but you don't want to like backdate things. You even though it's still telling the truth about how much he or she, the sponsor has made, but it's better to plan ahead, okay, before filing, of course. And so if a company, let's say the sponsor has their own company, then it should be in a way a lot easier. Um, the thing with sole proprietorship, and I'll try to keep this to the minimum, is that people tend to just like whatever money comes in, they just take a portion of it and just like transfer it to their personal account. I had to learn the hard way. I used to do that my like first 6 months, and I was like, this is not the way I want to do business and keep track of stuff. So now I pay myself W-2 as well. Okay, there we go. Jay with a danger sign. You went to an interview December 20th. Yep. 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 It's time to get going, y'all. It's time to file a lawsuit. Okay. Um, now look, here's one situation, Jay, that for your case type, we call adjustment of status, where we wouldn't file yet, and that is if you just file if it's been overall since receipt date that it's been less than 1 year. Okay, we do want to wait at least 1 year. Sometimes I say 15 months, but you already had the interview for five since December, so. All right, so y'all gotta take action. Depends on your situation, okay? You may am I still online? Because it does show lost connection, but I feel like I'm still online. The wild thing is that we just upgraded our internet service to AT&T Air Fiber. I feel like that's like alleged fiber. I don't know. I don't know if it's good. We'll see. Okay, Cello 2025. You have a green card for 10 years. You can't apply for citizenship. What happened? What happened, Cello 2025? You got some recent criminal history? You don't have to share live here. Hey y'all, we're at 4,000 hearts on TikTok. Okay, if we get a couple more taps, tap tap tap. All right, so okay, so because we do love telling the truth and being honest with y'all, whether you're a potential client, or you're here in a live show, or even you are a client. Okay, if we've been helpful to you, if you don't mind going to sending us a DM, okay, I think one of the websites, reviewtinglaw.com, is one of my old websites, reviewtinglaw.com. If we've been helpful to you, if you don't mind going there to give us some love and give us some feedback, and it can get redirected to Google, I believe. My team would greatly appreciate it, especially if you talk to one of my team members. We do provide them bonuses at the end of each month or quarter. We greatly appreciate that. Let's see. Any news on DACA? I have not seen anything new about it. Someone mentioned something recently, but I haven't seen anything like an article or something from my association Ayla on it. But you know what? I checked like 2 days ago. I know I need to check like every day for you guys. Bless girl. Do I suggest walking with your real ID instead of a green card? What do you mean, like on the streets in general, or when you're at the airport? I'm assuming you mean like an everyday situation. Well, real ID is like your essentially your driver license is the prime example. So you would need both. I recommend having both. Okay, if you're referring to like the potential situation if you get picked up by ICE, you would need both. Okay. Okay. By the way, if you want to join our webinar, especially if you're not you're concerned about travel, you're concerned about what's it called? An option to be in America, a visa to be in America and you're outside America, you don't know what to do, or let's say you are in America, you don't know what to do. Um, we're going to talk about a couple different options tomorrow on a webinar. So go to our link, LINK, and click on the webinar option. Okay. So for YouTube and Facebook, it might look like this to access the link. If you're on TikTok, then it'll look like this. Okay. Tumbleweeds, your daughter will turn 21. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to give you a hard time, Tumbleweeds. Okay. So someone like Tumbleweeds here on TikTok, they're waiting until the daughter turns 21, who is a U.S. citizen, and that'd be in August. Okay, great. You're gathering the information to get started. Hopefully, you get ready to file by August. See, the thing is, y'all should gotta take advantage of these processing times. I think there's at least two reasons that cases seem to be getting scheduled quicker. Number one is that, with the federal government, they no longer allow people to work remotely, for better or worse. That's a benefit to us. It may not have seemed like a difference before for other people who have got residency under Biden, but under Biden, the interviews were waived. So it didn't seem like it made any difference in that sense. But anyway, the second reason I believe the case are being processed a bit faster is because I have a feeling that some of the USCIS team members, they're trying to coordinate together and be like, yo, if some of us get cut, let's team up now together to see how many of these cases can get processed. I just get that vibe from them. Like, I don't think whoever's left that's still required to work, of course, they're getting paid for it, but they may not want to get stuck with as many cases. So that's just some food for thought. All right, y'all. I got about 5 more minutes. Okay. Yendi, I see you got an interview tomorrow, Irving. I wish you all the best. Come back to the live show and let us know how it is. I'll try to go live tomorrow. Levy and Jari. 169 days with notice of action. So your receipt notice for K1. Any suggestions for your process? Your fiance's in Cabo. Man, sounds like you got to be living over there. Could it be a little isolating, I guess? That sounds interesting. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, 169 days is not that long for immigration process in general for step one. I know it's a long time. Don't me, but I know it's a long time. Okay, but in the general scheme, the general way of things, the timing expectation is that what is that, like 5 months? So that's the thing. Some people's fiance visa petition 129F have been processed a bit faster of late, but that's not the norm since pandemic, unfortunately. So usually, even right now, even though you have that process going, you can file for a K3, meaning I-130, and try that route. Essentially, see which one is going to get you the interview faster, in a sense. Okay, but we would not file a mandamus lawsuit for that case, not yet. You're welcome, tumbleweeds. Someone named for me said go Trump. That's cool. I mean, you like one person or another. That's cool. I mean, I don't like him. The only maybe one reason I might prefer him. Nah, I can't think of it right now. I forgot. He just made our life like I would say, like, out of all presidents that I've been working in immigration law, he has made it the most difficult. Like, why? It's just like some of it is just for show, and you can clearly You can clearly know that because some of these ICE officers, like some are ashamed of being captured on camera, right? Because they got the mask and all that, and some don't give a f. Some are just like break the window, like yeah, get me on camera, so y'all know that we're trying to intimidate you. It's an intimidation factor, y'all. Just live life the way you have been living life. Okay, obviously, don't get in any trouble, but including traffic violations, my goodness. Um, yeah. Anyways, you might want to install a camera in your car, dash cam. In the meantime, I don't know. They cost like what, $60 on Amazon. It's good to have camera footage. The chosen one asks, they're deporting U.S. citizens, so what's the point of applying N400? Yo, 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 yo. So it is frustrating that there are some stories about U.S. citizens being deported. Now, I'm not trying to say they're fake, okay? But you have to understand the context of the situation. We don't have the full context, okay? And usually it seems, I may have missed a couple stories, okay? But it seems most of the time, if a U.S. citizen has been deported, it's because the parents. Now, I'm not trying to take the talking point of a Republican or whatnot, but it seems that the parents are, if they're undocumented, then what's going to happen with the kids, right? So the kid will have to go too. I, so, but yes, you should absolutely become a U.S. citizen. It's just going to make it a lot easier for travel in general. I know that's been a concern lately. We receive calls from U.S. citizens as well, concerned about it, but it's the best case scenario if you want to become a U.S. citizen. And plus, the process recently it takes like 6 months or less, so you might as well take advantage of the processing time. Okay, it still gives you a lot of privileges into other countries in terms of the visa waiver that you don't need a visa in certain countries. So hey, that's at least one thing if you're not going to vote. Okay. By the way, um, really appreciate it. If you've been here for at least 60 seconds, okay? If you found this helpful, even for 60 seconds, and you haven't followed yet, click the plus sign and then the notification for the bell so you know when I go live next time, okay? If you didn't ask a question today, should try to join next time when you get the bell or notification. And same thing for y'all on Facebook and YouTube, okay? Thanks for the love. I got to head out to the next thing. All right. All right. Y'all have a good one. Take care.